All right, hello, and welcome. My name is Mokai, and we're back here to have some more Angular development, and then later today, let's do some Rocket League tournaments. Should be fun. So today we're going to be picking up where we left off on our last website development session. Right now, I have my website open here. We had some menus going on, and we're going to be working on uh, the gallery component that we started uh, on the first session, and I never got to it. So right now, all we have from the gallery is that gallery works. So if we include the gallery in our main app component here, let's go to the template. So I want to include right below the banner, I want to include the app gallery. And if you have time today, maybe we can do the page as well, but we'll see how it goes. So as soon as I include the app, let's close this. We can see that the gallery works already shows up in here. Great, so it's working. And then we can just start putting stuff in here. So let's go back to our template that we had, where we had some very not good looking galleries here. Of course, we're going to be doing some changes of our own because I don't fully like everything about the template I chose. So let's go to the gallery. Actually, maybe we should open up this in the web so I know what the gallery is called. Okay, so let's come over here and bring our template here. Cool. So this is the gallery I'm working for. So let's inspect this one and see what are the sessions called. So it's the portfolio area. He called the gallery portfolio. I don't really want to call it portfolio because I want it to be more generic than this. Anyway, let's take this whole section over here that the template calls portfolio, and let's move it over to our new gallery component. So we open the HTML for the gallery component over here, and we start by going through. So if we just leave it like this, we already see some stuff going on the website here. So we can already see some sort of gallery going on. I don't have any of the images here because I'm not really using those images. And the first thing I want to do is make this component modular. So in order to make that, I need to identify the sections of the component that I want to use. I have some filters over here, which is quite interesting. Where are the filter working? No, it doesn't work. So we'll figure out how to make the filters, sorry, work, and we'll come up to some coding there to make sure it's working as we expect, right? So this is one section of the portfolio, right? So this is the latest. Oh, I see how the filter works now. It just, yeah, data filter with, okay, got it. So it basically changes the filter based on the on whatever selection is here. It's going to hide or show the gallery items. It's quite an interesting approach, and we can definitely do something even better with Angular, something more dynamic that doesn't rely on just hiding the view of the component, but the actual component itself. So this should be very interesting. So this part here is the part that I want to make into a gallery item. So the first thing we need to do is do ng generate. G is shorthand for the generate command, so I might as well do generate like this. And I want to do a component. Okay. So in our component, we're going to be adding it into the components folder. Components folder. And I actually want to call it gallery. Yeah, let's call it gallery-item. And that should do. Components. Let me see if I don't have anything misspelled, and that should be fine. And it will generate the gallery item for us right now. I don't need the rest of the items, so we're going to be removing those right off the bat. I think, yeah, hopefully I removed everything I needed to remove. Yes, this one starts here and ends here. Okay, good. So we take this component over here and we move it over to the gallery item that we just created. So let's put the gallery item over here. We'll leave it like this for now. And we go back to the gallery component. So right here, we're actually going to be using the newest gallery item we just created. So if I start by using app-gallery, gallery-item, we're basically going to be adding that component in here, and I can show you to you in a bit. So if I do this, oh, it doesn't do it for me. Come on, Emmet. Used to be better than that. Okay, so, but I guess if I do this, yeah, he closes for me. Good. So let's take this gallery item, and replicate it a few times. We're going to be doing this automatically later, just like we did with the navigation section. So if I save, let's go back here, save this, and then, oh, I failed to compile. Oh, never mind. I just did a big blunder here. Gallery doesn't have two R's. It actually has two L's. Uh-oh. Yeah. Let me just double check that actually. Gallery. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it's spelled. Jeez. Gallery. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, a lot of things coming up, so that's definitely how it's spelled. Okay. So we made a big blunder over here, so let's create a new gallery component, this time with the correct spelling. And then we'll remove the old one. Of course, that before that, we're going to move the... where's the gallery item? Did it finish creating? Oh, there it goes, right here. Okay, so let's paste this one over here. We're going to delete this one. Now, if you do a blunder like I just did, you can just go into the modules over here and remove the gallery component. Angular does a pretty good job, and your IDE will do too. If you're using, what's this again? It's Visual Studio Code. If you're using that, it already has all of the built-in functionalities that you need to know that something went wrong. Okay, so now if we save again, we should be able to go back over here and adjust the gallery template to actually have the correct spelling. Okay, so let's do this. And we should have, there you go. So we have a bunch of the same thing over and over. That's not really what I want it to be, but we'll fix it in a bit. Okay, so if we go into the gallery component over here, we need to start passing information to it. So the same way that I created a navigation over here, where I created an interface, where I told what my system, what I wanted the object to look like, I'm going to create the same thing for this guy over here. So right here I can see that we have a picture, a title, and a subtitle, right? So let's just confirm it by going to the original portfolio, and that's exactly it. So we have a title and a subtitle. So based on that, we already know a little bit how we want this to be structured, right? So let's create a new file over here in models. I'm going to call this gallery .typescript. This is going to be an interface, so let's start by export. Yeah. So we're going to export an interface called gallery. This interface called gallery, it's going to have all of the items that we want, the same way we have it in here in the navigation. So we'll start by having an order. So this is actually, should I make the order optional? I'll think about it. So the order is going to be a number. For now, let's make it mandatory. Then we're going to, I actually want to have, okay, let's have the main items first. So I want to have a picture. So an image. This is a string. I want to have a title. This is going to also be a string. And finally, I'm going to have a subtitle. And this will also be a string. Okay. And then I'm actually going to have it a little bit different. Let's have the category built into this. So category. Okay. So instead of the category, how do I want to structure this? Do I want to make another interface implementation? No. Let's just make it a basic string. And then finally, the category actually can be optional, maybe. Well, the image, title, and subtitle, they all should be mandatory. Or actually, let's not make the image mandatory. We're going to have a default image for whenever we don't have something. And the subtitle, you know what? Let's make the subtitle not mandatory as well. Maybe we can make the subtitle. Yeah, if I'm not sure what the subtitle is going to be for a certain portfolio item in the gallery, I really don't need it to have a subtitle, right? So let's make it not mandatory category. For the category, do I want to make it mandatory or not? Maybe I do. Yeah. Let's make the category mandatory. Unless I want to have a default category. Let me see. The implementation. No. Let's make the category mandatory. There you go. Okay. Now we're going to have some mock data in here. So let's start by adding a new file, and we're going to say this is the portfolio dash items. Now, one thing, oh, I actually forgot about something very important for the portfolio, for the gallery. Do I want to call it gallery? Because this is, I know I have a gallery component. No, that never mind. Yes, the interface is called gallery, and the data is called portfolio items. That makes sense because the gallery is generic. I can use it for anything that is not necessarily a portfolio item, but in this case I am using for the portfolio items, so that's fine. One last thing that I want is a URL. With these portfolio items, I want to make them linked to directly to my GitHub account. So I'm going to make the URL go straight to my GitHub and showing the exact item that we're looking at. So, okay. Yeah, for now that's cool. I don't remember everything that I have in my GitHub actually, so let's take a look. Let me take a look over here on this other screen, github.com. Well, actually, if you go to my GitHub on let's actually go to Mokai. Okay, so this is my GitHub over here. I have a few public repositories. Right now I only have 3. Yeah, all 3 of them I want them to be part of this portfolio management section here. So I'm actually going to just copy the let's start from scratch. So we're going to start by importing our gallery interface. There you go. Once I imported the gallery interface, yeah, I need to export a constant for the main navigation. So in this case for the portfolio items. So export const for portfolio items. And this uses a gallery as an interface. So gallery, and actually uses multiple galleries. So this should do. Oh, sorry. Never mind. I need to have actually an array of items. So all of these deletes. Okay, that's cool. And then we can start with the first item. So let's start by the order. This is going to be order 0. Right now I'm not actually doing anything with the order, but I will in the future. I'm going to create an algorithm that organizes my items based on the order, right? So let's go back into this. What I need, this is all the things I need. Let's just copy it over there to make things faster. Okay, so I already got the order in place. Let's have an image. So I don't really have an image yet, so I'm actually going to be commenting this out for now. For the title, let's start with, actually I do have an image I could use. So the other day I downloaded the image that I'm using for my thumbnail, so let's do that. So with my projects over here, I have my thumbnail image in one of my folders. I'm just navigating. So let's see. There you go. So the image I'm talking about is actually this one, right? So yeah, I'm going to be using this image as a placeholder because all of my portfolio items are coding based, so this is a nice placeholder sort of image. So in order to use that image as a placeholder, I need to first copy it over to my assets folder in here. So I have an assets image folder. I'm just going to drag and drop the image in here. It's going to make a copy, and then we can see the image over here. I don't want it to be called this huge name, so I'm going to change it to default underscore gallery. Actually, I don't like this naming convention. Let's make it small case d, and yeah, I think I like this one better for images. This also reminds me, let's do that for the logo as well. There you go. Okay, so now we have our image that we want to use as a backdrop over here for the default component. So I don't really need to have images, but the thing is I'm not going to implement that image in here, right? So I'm still going to keep this empty. Then we can go for the title of the first item as we looked here. So let's call this one will be the first title. So this will be my, oh come on, let's make it a string, and this is the title. The subtitle is my personal portfolio. Actually, no. Let's do portfolio source code. There you go. And then we have a category. This category is going to be portfolio. And finally, we need an URL. So the URL string is actually going to be this one. So let's click over here. It takes me to my portfolio source over here, which by the way, you can also access because it's public. So if you want to see how I'm doing my progress and even fork me if you want, feel free. Now that I say that out loud, it sounds very weird what I just said. So never mind just that. So fork the code, please, not me. Let's move on from that. And let's see. Okay, so the next item, the number 1, let's go back to my portfolio over here, to my, sorry, GitHub. I want to actually call it number conversion without the dash. So the dash is a normal convention. So this is actually for subtitle. I just figure out what I want to place. So to put the codes that I used. So for this particular project, which is my portfolio, I'm going to use Angular, which would be sort of a tags. Tags would be nice as well instead of subtitle. Huh. Actually, that's what I want to do. I want to do tags instead. Tags. This also means I need to change my gallery over here. I don't want subtitle anymore. I want tags. And this is actually going to be an array of strings. So the way I declare that array, can I make this, does the syntax work? Strings, string. Let's see if the syntax works. I know it works in C#. Never tried in Angular though. Let's see. So this tags is actually a array of. If I try to put a number in here, just out of curiosity. Yes, I can't. Oh, sorry. Never mind. Number and a string. So Angular is my first tag. Oh, it actually tells me. Yes, it worked. I love when stuff works. Okay, so moving on. What else do we want to add here? Let's maybe add HTML. I don't know, CSS and JavaScript. Oh, hold on. JavaScript. Although it's more like TypeScript, but let's not dive into that details on the tags. The main core of this is actually JavaScript. I just don't wanna. Yeah. Do I want to put something else? Actually, let's be sassy about it. CSS3. I just want to add so many tags, like, because I'm also using Sass. Actually, yes, it's Sass. Sass with 2 S's, yes. It's 2 S's, right? Sass. Yes, Sass. Maybe I should do like this. I think that's the proper spelling for Sass. Oh man, JavaScript, Sass. Well, maybe if I think of any, there's so many. I could also add Node in here because a lot of Angular is based on Node, and basic Node knowledge also goes into building an Angular website. Yeah, let's do Node. Let's go. That's fine. I like that. I really like that. So let's do tags again. This is going to be, well, that's a quick one, C#. That's basically entirely built on C#, but I actually want to add another tag that is because I'm using a NuGet pack, NuGet with uppercase G, otherwise it's just like chicken nuggets and it's weird. Okay. Yeah. NuGet package. Let's do that. This is also category portfolio, and the URL is going to be, let me find the URL over here. So number conversion, copy link address, and bring it over here. Good. And for the last portfolio item, we're going to be having the order number 3. Number conversion, I want to call this photo canvas. You know what would be fun though? Having a link to an actual implementation of this. I'll revisit this. Maybe instead of going straight to an URL. Yeah, I was thinking of maybe having it in a internal page. Oh, I want to change this. Okay, let's finish it like this, and then we can, once we have the internal pages, I'm going to change this URL to route. And instead of going straight to a GitHub page, we're going to an internal page in our website that is going to have basically some more information about that particular portfolio item, right? So let's go with this. I have number conversion over here. I want to call this actually photo dash canvas. I'm pretty sure that's the URL. Canvas. Is not a finished project though. And that's actually, yes, there you go. That's the URL. Good, I got it first try. Photo canvas, this is fully JavaScript. JavaScript. I think I'm using jQuery as well for this. jQuery. Let's go. This is how you write it. Let's also put HTML5 and CSS3. There you go. Sounds good, sounds good. This is also portfolio, and that's about it. Cool. So now we have a basic data that I'm going to be importing into our gallery. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is a similar structure that I did in the navigation, because I have the navigation component. Gathering the components, hold on, the header actually is passing the components into, the header takes the main navigation and then sends it to the component. The component receives the navigation. So the gallery, the first thing I want to do with the gallery is actually receive input. Who's going to input from though? It has to be whoever is loading the gallery. So who's loading the gallery? Yeah, let's do input. Let me see. Well, who's loading? This normally goes into the page. Maybe I do want to make the page component first. Yeah, maybe I'm jumping ahead of myself here by making the gallery component first. Well, whatever. I can just expose it as an input later. So for now, let's just import the same way that I do over here. So the first thing I'm going to do with this gallery component is call our import. We're going to import our first our gallery interface. We're going to also be importing our main portfolio items. So import. Let's see. Import portfolio items. There you go. The IDE is very helpful, giving me the entire path for the file, so I don't have to think about it. So that's very useful. Very useful having a good IDE for development. So thoroughly recommend that. I actually want to make the header side by side over here. So just so I can copy some of this stuff. So I want to use, this is going to be portfolio items. It's a gallery and it's derived from the portfolio items constant. Good. That's pretty much what I want to do with this, I believe. Now, based on this, we can go to our main item over here, and instead of having this crazy thing, we're going to have an ng4. So it starts with asterisk ng4 equals to, and then we can add our conditions over here. So we're going to be using our I think it was portfolio items as items, something like that. Let's check the navigation actually over here. Let's go back to the gallery component. Nope, I had it over here. There you go. Yes, so yeah, let item of portfolio items. Cool. And I'm actually going to be calling this item. Oh, hold on. Item. Yeah, let's call it item. I don't really care. Item. Okay, cool. If I do this, it's going to give me an error because I don't have this property inside of the gallery component just yet. So I have to go back to the gallery component over here, and I have to make an input for that element. So input. That's not how I write input. Input. Come on, don't mess with me. Item. This is going to have an exclamation mark, and this is a gallery. And it actually imported it here for me, so very helpful. Oh, the input is here already as well. What is this about? Oh, never mind. Let's do this. Cool. So this is my input for the item. And this actually should have worked already. So if I come over here and I refresh, oh, you can see that I have only 3. That's because I haven't changed my template. So if I come back to the gallery item template, now I can actually start using this. So for the image, the first thing I'm going to do is actually going to put my default image. So assets slash emg slash, what did I call it again? Let's find it. Where are my assets? Come on. Too many things open, maybe. There you go, assets. EMG, okay, good. Path good so far. And then default dash gallery. So default dash gallery. And I misspelled it again. That's fine. Gallery dot JPEG. Okay, good. Now, one thing I want to do is rename this. Rename. Let's do this. And there you go. Okay, so one thing about this though is actually that I want this to come from the item image, right? So let's make it like this. So let's copy this and make sure it comes from item dot image. And then there is one thing I need to do about the item image, and that's something I'm going to be doing on the gallery components, right? So actually, can I have it in the interface? Let's do a quick search over here. So Angular interface with default, yeah, with default values. Yes, that's sort of what I want to do. Can actually do that. Yeah, you cannot provide default values on interfaces. That's fine. In that case, I'm going to be using the constructor section over here to change my portfolio items. Actually, no, on the gallery item. There you go. So I'm going to use this dot item dot image. It's equal to. Then we're going to validate. Actually, let's just do this. Question mark. No, don't want to do that shorthand. If, and then this image. Hold on. There you go. So what I'm doing here is I'm setting a default value for the image on the gallery itself. So I could even have different default values depending um, on the image type, right? If I have different image types for my portfolio, um, actually, I want to do that. I just remembered what I wanted to do with that. And I actually want to go to gallery here, the main portfolio items. The category, this one is portfolio. Let's make it generic. This one is library. And this one is actually, you know what? Let's call this project because it's a full project. And this is library. Library. No, actually, this is a full project as well. This is library, this is a full project. So this is project. Um, yeah, there's also another tag I wanted to include in the category, which is project work in progress. So this would be WIP. This is a different type of. No, actually, for a work in progress, I'm going to add it as a tag. Uh, WIP. And this is done, and there you go. WIP. Okay, actually, you know what? Let's make the I lowercase. I like it better. Cool. So we have two different types. So we have one that is library and one that is the other type that I just forgot. Let's find the. I have too many things open. Let's close a little bit. Okay. Wow, I really do have a lot of things open. Cool. Let's close these two as well. Let's go back to the gallery item. Just like I was explaining over here, let's add some additional logic where I'm actually going to be getting this element and making it based on a switch, right? So switch based on this dot item dot category. The default is going to be this. Yeah, that's about it. Then we can have a specific case for each one of them. So we can have a library over here and then break. Of course, for this individual cases, let's do this one is going to be project. So for these individual cases, I can have a default image for each one of them if I wanted to. I don't necessarily have to though, but I could pretty much do this. So if I had this and then a break over here, I could then add a different default image for each one of these, right? So, but I don't actually want to do that because right now I don't have different images. Maybe in the future I can. So I'm just going to leave the groundwork here so I can add this as a default for my images. But I'm always going to let the switch go all the way to the default and end on this one. Okay. So let's save it like this, and we should actually be able to start seeing some things happening over here. And things broke. No. Okay, let's open the gallery once more. I don't have the image over here, item image. So why can't I see anything? Why is the item broken? Item image. So this item category, this item image. Does this have to be on the construct on the? Let me check something. Maybe this has to be over here. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, now I have some actual things going on over here. Yeah, I don't have a link to anywhere right now. I don't like the way it's not. Yeah, looking good over here, but we can fix it later. I just wanted to lay the groundwork for it. I don't know why it didn't work on the constructor. Maybe I need, I guess, something else for the constructor. I don't know. That's fine. Maybe because the input doesn't have anything on the constructor, only on the init. I don't know. Yeah, I can probably look into the documentation and figure out what I want to do with this later. So let's just quickly finish the portfolio over here. So I don't want to have an image gallery, so this can I don't need an overlay as well. This is all good and dandy. And then short info. So this is where we're going to be adding the rest of the stuff. So I have here the item dot title. Okay. And then over here we can have the item dot actually need to convert that into a multiple string. So in this scenario over here, I'm actually going to make this multiple spans. Let's make span because I want multiple items here. So I want to do asterisk ng4. So I'm going to say that let tag of item dot tags, and I'm going to call it over here tag. Cool. What else do I want in here? Of course, the href. So the href is actually going to be item.url for now. And that's all I needed for now. One thing though, I might actually make this entire thing into an href. So I might want to do something crazy like this. And then close the href over here. Yeah, it's a bit crazy, but should work. And then we can just reformat this. Cool. And if we come on the gallery again, we now have a full gallery that doesn't have a hover effect because I have no idea what I did. Probably I removed the things I need for the hover effect. So if I come over here to the original gallery, which is in the template index. Let's go to the portfolio section. And let's take, I think it's the overlay. That's the thing I think I need. Yeah. No, there's a cross over here as well. Okay, yeah, I have an icon cross and yeah. Let's first add this guy back. So that I had over here. And then I actually think I have an, this is a very stupid way of doing this. I'll come back to this. I'll definitely do my own. I don't think I like the way the original, yeah. I mean, it looks nice. Definitely looks nice. But it's not what I want for my item. Oh, this is very tight. But I'm going to make my own look and feel for this. Cool. And if I click one of these, yes, I go to this place I want to go. All right, so I think this is going to be the wrap up for today for this. We pretty much finished the gallery. Next time we're going to be restyling this gallery because I definitely don't like the way it looks. I want to make it look a little bit more like, well, like a more, I don't like the way they implemented this overlay over here. I'm going to change that. And I'm going to make sure it flows 3 side by side. I don't know why it's so big that it doesn't. Well, the original one does flow side by side. I don't know. Yeah, sort of actually. I don't know. But that's about it. So I'm going to be taking a short break right now. And as soon as we're back, we'll be back with some Rocket League gameplay. Hopefully in time for the tournament. Well, thank you very much and see you guys on the next stream starting in just a bit.